Hi guys, it's Crowded here again, and today I'm going to talk about my second submission for the CableMod World Series 2019. Now, I know it's a bit late to make a video for this, but nevertheless I'm going to make it in time, finish it in time. So let's start with the parts. We have here already disassembled the Q300P. This is the Cooler Master MasterBox case, and unfortunately I wanted to go with the L version, but circumstances made it impossible. Now this is already, as you can see, I took the top and front plexiglass off. I removed the fans as well, and here is the thing. The chassis, you probably are wondering why is an E80X board doing with this case. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to do two compartments here in this small case. On one side we will have the power supply, graphic card and the radiator with two fans, and on the other side you'll have the pump, motherboard, and maybe I add two more fans just for show. So guys, yeah, the team build, the main thing that I forgot is going to be Tesseract. Is going to be based on Captain America, Marvel and all that other stuff. So basically it's going to be a cube with two distro plates, one on top, one on front, and it's going to be see-through, so you could see the liquid inside and how it moves and everything. Now, when I mentioned the two compartment, I'm going to have a custom backside panel as well. They're going to be designed to Plexi for the top and the front, but clearer versions, because the original ones are very tinted and you can't see through. This way you'll get more clearance for the distro plates on top and on the front. The airflow will go through this right here, through the radiator and out here. So basically it's a completely different airflow, because everything will be water cooled. Now let's start from the components. So I did mention we have the Q300P Cooler Master MasterBox. We have here, this is Patriot Scorch M.2 NVMe 256 gigabytes. We have here two packs of 2x8 Patriot Viper RGB white versions. These are going to be sick because they will fit really nicely with everything and with the whole color scheme. Okay, let's put this here. Next to that we have a huge power supply, actually, because we do need a huge power supply. This is the Cooler Master V850 850 watts platinum, and as you can see I placed the original bracket here from the case, but you'll see what I'm going to do with it later on on my social media, on Instagram, because as I said, on the monochrome build I won't have time to do vlog part 2 or whatever you want to call it. Now we have here, this is the MSI X570 GODLIKE, MSI Meg X570 GODLIKE. So it's an E80X board and it's going inside this build. It's going to be really nice to have such a huge motherboard inside this case. Then we have, I need to move. Then we have the AMD Ryzen 7 3700X. What's there left to say? Just for reference here, this card is not going inside. I'm going to place the AMD Radeon RX 5700 without the XT. Unfortunately, this graphic card is going back to AMD and I'm getting the lower version just because this is here only for review, but I'm placing this only for reference so you know which kind of card is going in. Next to that is water cooling. I think I mentioned everything here there is. Yeah, RAMs, SSDs, power supply. That's all there is to it. Okay, now for the water cooling, I have the EK-SUPREMACY AMD version RGB Nickel Plus Plexi. That's the CPU block that's going here. Unfortunately, there is no monoblock for the MSI Mag X50 GODLIKE, but nevertheless, we have here the Quantum line. This is the EK Vector Radeon RX 5700 plus XT RGB nickel plus Plexi. This is going on the graphic card because it fits both, because they're reference versions, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to use one radiator for these two, and it's going to be the classic version of the EK line, the classic line. This is the PE240, so it's a bit thicker radiator than the SE version. Here is the box. So the full name is EK-CoolStream Classic PE240. We have here, this is the EK-XTOP Revo D5 PWM RGB, including sleeved pump. So I wanted to have it Plexi and I wanted to have it RGB so everybody can see the liquid inside, and you'll see soon why. So let's remove this as well. Next to that we have fittings, and we have loads of them. These are the EK Torque 16 millimeters, and they are nickel. Also, I placed the rings inside, the EK Quantum Line aesthetic rings, color rings. These are blue, so you can already assume the color scheme that is going inside is going to be, let's say, silverish white and blue. When it comes, I'm still waiting for some fittings as well. I already have everything else. I'm just waiting for 2 more fittings and some 90-degree angled ones. And for the liquid, I went with something different, since this is for the show. And I mean, I actually really love this coolant. I used it in a couple of my builds and it lasted really long. The effect goes, but it still cools down everything. This is the Mayhems Aurora Silver coolant, the SFX liquid, and I have here non-stained blue dye. So basically I have 3 liters of this. So when I mix this all together, the 3 liters with the dye, and when I get the exact color I want, I'll place everything inside and you'll see what I'm trying. It has that Aurora effect that mixes it has something inside that looks really cool. And when you go with 16mm pipes and everything in the CPU block and GPU block, and when the liquid goes through, it makes a really nice effect. And if you remember, and if you watched Captain America and all the other Marvel movies where the Tesseract is involved, you'll see there is always a light shining through and stuff like that. So imagine this, 2 distro blocks, huge 2 distro blocks, because they will cover the whole top and front part of the case. And imagine the light shining through that, you will get the Tesseract effect, the Tesseract design. One thing I'm trying also to remove these rubberish pads here on the front and to place a complete nickel ones, but I have to find somebody that will actually bend, cut or whatever, because it's really thick. So guys, yeah, this is it. This is my second submission for the CaseMod World Series. We have 17, well, I have 17 days to go until the final submission, final video, final pictures, final everything. Everything needs to work in 17 days. I still need to do CNC cutouts, that's already drawn. I'm waiting for the distro plates to arrive, and basically that's it, guys. So yeah, see you next time in a new video. Don't forget to like, sub, and you have to click that bell button, because the time-lapse video for the monochrome and for the Tesseract is coming on 10th of October, the complete build, everything. So guys, stay tuned, see you next time, bye.